it's like uh, the first thing to do.
We're going live on YouTube, okay? Just play now.
Okay,
So
just because of my mic, right? I got
Yes, because you gave me the streaming vibes.
it.
it's like the first thing to do.
We're going live on YouTube, okay? Just play now. Wait, there's an echo here because I'm listening to
So
Okay,
that.
just because of my mic, right? I got it.
Yes. Okay. Sorry, go on.
So maybe I'll teach someday, but I don't know, after constructing a career. But I don't think like the first decision, the first step to do is go to the teaching, you know? I don't think it's safe. And I think there are better ways to follow. But for now, I can get some money from this, and I think it's good. I like it.
I see. Actually, some of the most wealthy people today in the world are teachers. It's just a matter of expanding your concept of what a teacher is, you know? A teacher used to have as a skill set and also as a toolbox, a classroom, a few chairs, and a board, and like something to write with. But now we have the internet. So people have been teaching on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitch, on several platforms, and becoming millionaires out of it. You know, all you have to do is learn other skills that will complement your teaching, like marketing and design and team management and stuff. You know, and maybe paid traffic. You know, like doing ads, copywriting, which is persuasive writing, and other stuff. So you can be a millionaire teacher. Just don't let the concept of teacher be only that old one anymore. Okay.
Yeah, that's really good. I don't think I've ever thought about it. I always think about that strict concept of teaching, you know, but that's quite interesting.
Levi,
Name it.
long time no see.
Yeah, man. You're rhyming now?
Sorry?
Are you rapping now?
Yeah, I'm rhyming and rapping. So you are a teacher, so tell me about your experience.
Yeah, hello guys. I'm Levi. I don't know if I introduced myself. I'm 26. I could say that I'm 16 like Anderson, but I don't know if you believe.
Don't lie.
Uh,
Don't lie like him, right? Lie like him.
yeah, I am. Guys, I'm actually a lawyer by profession, formation and everything. I studied. I graduated, and with this crazy situation that we're living in, I kind of invested more on the teaching skills, on the teaching jobs and everything, and the structure. And I'm basically just teaching nowadays. I am barely acting as a lawyer. I'm only acting with my old cases. I'm basically not getting anything new. Everything new, I'm basically giving it to my partner. So yeah, I'm basically working as a teacher, like a full-time job. And it's something that I really like to do, guys. I never really thought about it. I started when I was studying at high school. Actually, no, in the university. Yeah. It was a little random. I was Gustavo's student, actually. And I guess I lost my book, and there was like a teacher vacancy in another school. And they called me and say, "Hey, do you want to have this test here to check if you're able to teach?" I'm like, let's go. And I was approved. They liked me. I had an interview. They liked the interview. I don't know how they liked, because I probably said a lot of BS. And for my first job interview, and it was in English. So you imagine the level of crap that I probably said. I guess my mind blocked it a little bit, so I don't really remember everything. But yeah, and yeah, I mean, I taught there for I guess 6 years or 5 years or something.
6 years. Wow.
Yeah, something like that. I guess five. I'm not sure. And now I've been teaching for 7 total or something like that. So yeah, man, that's me. That's me teaching.
Very nice. So what do you like the most in the teaching universe?
That's a great question, man. I'm not really sure, but I think that feeling of when a student comes to you saying, "Man, I really can't learn that. I've tried and tried, and I really can't," and you teach, and the student's able to learn it within 1 hour or something, and you're like, "Wow, that's great." And the students, I have a student that she cursed me, like,
What?
"Why didn't I
You're a witch?
know you before, you son of a bitch?" And I'm like, "What, woman?"
My God.
And then she said, "Yeah, man, F you." I'm like, "Okay, I spent a lot of money in this scrap and I never learned this subject. And now I do. And you taught me that so easily." I'm like, "Man, I'm sorry. I guess I'm sorry." And so it's like a funny experience, right? That the students, they really get happy and they're like, "Okay, no, that's nice. I can learn this. It's not so complicated as people make it look like." So I guess this is the most rewarding feeling of teaching, is when you are able to teach something for the student that the student considers it to be like a monster, and they realize that it's not so complicated like that. So I guess that's the probably the most rewarding experience that I have as a teacher.
Very nice. Andrea, good morning.
Good morning, Gustavo. Good morning, guys.
Hi.
Morning.
Andrea, you are a developer and you work in a team and stuff. Do you ever have, like, since you're talking about teaching, do you ever have the opportunity to teach someone something that you know?
Sorry, come again. I can't understand you.
Okay, you are a developer.
Yes, I'm a developer.
It's not expected from you to teach anything, but you work in a team and sometimes people know less than you about a specific topic. So do you find yourself teaching people things that you know often or almost never?
Yes, it happens all the time. In the development area, we mainly in the pandemic time, we program the software with a partner. It's the pair programming, the name of all this. Two programmers share screen and code.
Wow.
And when we have this pair programming, happens a lot of the trade of knowledge, you know. And is that the way that I can say that I can teach the people who know less than me?
So how does it happen? Like, hey, you're doing everything wrong. It's not that way. Do this.
Yeah.
Okay. Basically it.
And in the development area, when we know something that the teams don't know, we rewrite the document of the project that only to register the knowledge of the unknown thing that the teams don't know. And when new people join the team, the people can read the document that I have all the knowledge at the day of the update of the document. And instead of that, I can say that I teach in during the pair programs and writing the documentation of the projects.
Okay. So how long do you actually spend developing stuff as a developer? Like, what is the percentage of time you spend doing, like, developing?
Per day?
Yes.
Okay. I think that I pass half the day programming, and the other half of the day it's join the meeting. The
Okay.
work from home enables a lot of meetings that we have to talk about other stuff, and I think that the meetings actually happens during of half of the day if we mensurate.
If you measure it. So half of the day meeting and half of the day developing. And do you think those meetings are necessary?
That's a very good question.
Yeah, it's necessary.
That's the first time I heard this answer, by the way.
Great.
I like that to dismiss makes sense.
Yes.
Dismiss, you realize that it's not necessary, that it can be an email, but all the meetings that I do in my job, it's necessary.
Oh, nice. This is great. And what do you do with them? Like everyone shares what they have been doing throughout the day.
I don't get it. Come again?
What do you do in those meetings? Guys, if you have any questions as well, you can ask each other any moment, okay?
In this meeting, we have the processes of development. We have a lot of alignment of the current development of the features, and alignment to other teams too, and the stuffs, you know, and how I said, a lot of pair programs.
I see. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
So Lo Anderson is a high school student who's trying out teaching these days. He's not really passionate about anything specific. He likes to know a little about a lot of things. And Levi is a lawyer and a teacher. He was my student and he became a teacher after that. And he's also a tennis player. He didn't say that. And
I tried.
You've been playing tennis, I think, for longer than you have been teaching, right?
Yes, I've been trying to play tennis for I guess 10 years, man. It's really hard, to be honest. It's a hard sport, but it's really good. I recommend to everybody. Really good sport.
Why is it hard?
That's hard to explain to you, but I guess the technique is very complex. I guess probably one of the hardest sports that you have to learn when you're using a racket. I guess maybe golf might be harder. I don't know. I cannot think of many other sports that are very hard, but the technique is very complex. There's a lot of variety when it comes to the technique, and yeah, it's hard. You should get a teacher when you're an instructor or something, when you are learning. Don't do like me. Don't try by yourself, because eventually you will have to get a teacher to correct all the things that you think you know, but you don't actually do. So
yeah, I got like I took a few months of classes when I was in Curitiba, and it's very interesting. So much fun, you know, in the beginning, and you can feel the process of starting to internalize the technique.
Yeah.
Like so like I practice 1,000 times doing this with the right hand, and then when you practice, hey, I'm doing this, what's going on? And then once you start internalizing the very basic and rough movements, you can start to refine them, right? Like, oh, what about if you turn this just 45 degrees to the left?
Yeah, no, it's basically like that. Yeah, there's a lot of things, and it happens so fast. Depending on the court that you play and the level that you play. If you play in a hard court that we call, it's like a cement court or something, it's very fast. So you don't have a lot of time to prepare. It has to be like automatically almost. So it's not very easy.
It looks easy to most of the people, because I mean, people imagine that you only have to hit the ball.
Yeah.
You only have to hit the ball. And I had some tennis classes on high school, actually, and it's really different from what we think. I mean, you have all the techniques, as you said, and it starts when you learn how to hold.
Yes.
I don't know the name.
The racket.
The racket.
There are a lot of grips that we call, like the way that you should hold the racket. Some players, they have, my racket is not here. If it were, I would show you, but there are a lot of grips. You can like hold the racket with the continental grip that would be like a hammer, and you can turn it a little bit more, turn it a little bit more, turn it a little bit more. Some players they play like this, so
Yeah,
it's really
there's
weird
some
when you
a way
look.
to hold it where you put your fingers on the holes on the racket.
Mhm.
So, I mean, it's
Look, Gus has his record on his hand.
Yeah. It's the
he's a
decoration
player.
of my room.
Really?
It's on my wall.
That's nice, man.
So
Now,
this
now
is
you should play with it, right? You already have it in your hands. You should play with it.
yeah, I was playing, but now like I kind of lost. Don't have anyone to teach me yet. But you recommended me an instructor will look after him.
Hey, man, talk to Sparkle. Sparkle is a good guy.
Okay, Sparkle.
Hey,
Okay.
I might have to leave for 5 minutes, guys. If something happens here, I'll be back in 5 minutes probably.
Okay. So you tried tennis, Anderson. What else did you try?
Well, those were only physical education classes, so we tried a little bit of everything. But tennis was the most uncommon that I got in contact. The rest was like volleyball, basketball, football, soccer, maybe. I don't know. So that's it. The basic ones. Volleyball was the one that I liked the most, but that's it.
Nice. This is great in physical education that we get to try several sports. Funny that we don't do that in school itself, you know, like we don't try different professions to see which one we like. There could be some kind of something like that.
Well, in my school, we had something, I don't know how to say that in English. It was called Feira das Profissões.
Oh, a professional fair.
Yeah, so we had this project there. So every class, they had to choose one, or I don't know if the teacher said what they would have to say. So basically, they taught about the profession they got. And it was you could learn a little bit, but it's not like talking to someone who works with that. But it was something. I'll be grateful for that, but it was something.
Hello, how's your morning so far? Any comments on what we were talking about?
No, I'm sorry. I don't play tennis.
You don't what, sorry?
Play tennis.
But you do swim, right? How did you get into swimming?
I am swimming to exercise, not a competition, and some way to exercise.
How did you get into swimming?
How did I get swimming? I started swimming when I was a child.
Oh, really?
I like
Look at
water.
that.
Yeah, I like water, and my mother put me in a swimming class. I think I was 6 or 7 years
Do you
old.
consider yourself a good swimmer?
No, normal, I think. I swim well and about 1.5 kilometer or 2 kilometer or day when I go swim, but I think it's normal.
Have you ever been to a competition?
No, I don't like competition.
Good.
That was a topic we discussed like last week, right? About competitions.
Yeah.
We talked about this.
No, advice. My cat wants to drink coffee.
What happens if they do?
Sorry?
Is it bad for them?
Coffee is not good for cats, and they try to drink my coffee.
I didn't know about that. I thought there was no problem.
No, caffeine is not good for animals in general.
Good to know.
Have you been
My
feeding your
dog
cat?
hasn't tried, but
I'm worried
But
about Addison's
for
I'll
me,
let
it's
her do
really
that.
good. For me, it's really good. I need coffee to exist.
Anderson, do you have any pets?
Yes, I have a dog. Her name is Nina.
Nice.
That's
And you give
the
her
only.
coffee?
What?
And you give her coffee?
No, I don't.
Just so you
You
can
don't
say
have to worry
something.
about her. She's okay. She has never drunk coffee. It's okay.
Because you were like, oh, I thought I could give him coffee. And
I thought there was no problem. Now that I know that it's not good, I'm not gonna do it. I wouldn't anyway, but it's good to know.
Anderson, let me ask you this. Do you think that humans are still evolving?
Good question.
Everyone, for everyone.
Good question. Well, I think humanity changed a lot, you know, like what we may call progress some years ago is not what we call progress today. For example, I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and um, the person said like in 1970, people thought about progress was like industry progress. That's what was the most important thing for them, like in Brazil. And that's when I'm talking about agriculture. So, and nowadays, we don't think so, things like that. I mean, we are changing our mind, and then we are realizing that we have to stop what people called progress some years ago. So I think we are doing the same thing as years ago, but in different ways. You know, what we call progress is not that progress anymore, and we are still evolving too, but in a different way.
Very interesting. What do you think is the next step? What are we building now?
Well, I've seen Elon Musk's new project. I think you've seen that too, about the robot. And I was like, oh my God, I've seen some movies about it. It's not good.
You mean about
But
like exploring other planets?
he's trying new things that I don't think it's quite necessary. Like we have things unfinished nowadays. Like we still have people starving. We still have people that doesn't have access to water. We have a lot of problems. Um, for example, this trip that they made to the space, and like I don't know, 15 seconds. It was like a little bit, and they spent a lot of money in something that had no purpose. I believe so. And we have things, a lot of things unfinished that need more attention than those things that they call progress.
I see. So you think we should be investing in more fundamental needs in our planet before trying to explore other ones?
For sure, I believe when we spend more money, let's say this way, in fundamental things, the progress comes naturally. We don't have to stop the time, construct a project, and invest in it. When you invest in fundamental things, ideas come all the time. Everything's okay. So people feel the need to go forward, you know, it's natural. So that's how I think it should work.
Okay. What do you guys think about that? Anyone? Andres thinking. Andres like, yes, you're right.
Yes,
Like okay, go on. Sorry.
I always thinking that with the technology and the science advance of the humanity that we have today, we can solve many problems of I don't know how to say in English. I think weather problems, weather climatics.
Yes, climatic. Or,
Sorry, come again?
yes, you can say weather problems.
Yes, and the humanity will not resolve, will apply the science until this return money to the people. So I think it is a fail to the people, to the humanity, actually.
It's a failure of humanity. Okay, this is strong. What do you think, Paula? Paula, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
I'm still, I just arrived. I'm just trying to understand, what you're talking about. So
I just asked everyone if you guys think humans are still evolving. And then Edison raised a discussion of whether we should be investing on hyper advanced things like exploring other planets, while we still have basic needs to be addressed here in the planet. And then Andrea just shared his opinion.
yes, it's funny because I recently was talking about this with Rafael, my boyfriend, and I think it's funny when people say a phrase like when we talk about ourselves, like we are so evolved and humanity goes right, we just made it right, and this wouldn't be like that if some choices were made. And I always hear this and think, humanity, it worked. Because look around, it's not working. It's failing. It works for some people, but at the same time, it doesn't work for a lot of people, which is the majority. So we are not a success. We are not a successful project. I don't think so. I don't look at us like this with all this. I forgot a word. Even in Portuguese, I forgot a word.
Optimistic way.
Yes, this optimistic way. I think we need to. We learn something and immediately we act like stupid people, talking in social medias, fighting to each other. Acting in a fundamentalist way. So, we didn't learn basic things as social abilities, so this is to be successful. So if it is, I don't know what success means. I need to learn, so.
This is an interesting discussion, because within the question, are humans still evolving? We have to understand what is the concept of evolution and progress. What is evolution for you? Maybe there is a different concept depending on who defines it, right?
Yes, so we know that evolution, when you talk about biology, it's not to be better, but just to change with the time. It's just this happening with us. We evolve, but I think we have a lot of sources to do amazing things, and we do a lot of amazing things, but we could do so much better. We could do so much more, but we have the interest of small groups, and this is a fucking big problem. Sorry about the word.
An effing. You can say an effing if you don't want to curse.
Sorry.
If you don't want to curse, you can say an effing.
Like
effing big problem.
Okay.
because of the letter F, you know, an effing big problem.
So it's a fucking effing big problem. Sorry. Kidding,
Nice
kidding.
workaround. Yes, this is how it works. Exactly. Guys, leave your mics on, because like your immediate reactions are also part of the experience.
Okay, okay.
Levi just laughed out loud and I couldn't hear it.
Sorry, my bad. I forgot to turn it on when I left.
Yeah. Yes, so evolution is a survival of the fittest, right? So we fit in what is the context. And Anderson was just raising the discussion that we are changing what the context is. While the context used to be industrialism and a mass production of things, now it's becoming something else. So maybe, Paula, tell me if you think that's the case. Do you think that people will survive longer and in this new context that we're building if they develop those social human skills? Or we are more prone to still having to develop hard technical skills? Did you get my question?
No, I didn't get.
Did any of you get my question?
You asked about it is something related to quality of life, you mean? Like living longer or developing our skills would end up on a long life, you know, a longer life.
Yes, if you're very practical about it, think of this species, you know, like we are individuals in a species, and the species wants us to live longer because the longer we live, the more likely we are to reproduce, and the more we reproduce, the more the species survives. The species itself wants its survival. It doesn't care much about each individual's survival. So we are in that way selected towards specific things that make us survive for longer. So if you live in an industrial environment in society, you will eat if you develop technical hard skills because you have to deal with manufacture and machines. But when that changes and we are no longer focusing on machines and industrialism, we have to change our skill set in order to live longer and reproduce more and you know, all this stuff. So what are those new skills?
Very philosophical.
Yeah.
Very question. I'm still
a tough 10 a.m. question, bro.
I'm asking myself if I woke up enough to to comprehend this question. It's you. Are you asking if we have a chance? Like if we learn social abilities, social skills, we could have an opportunity. We could be better as societies. It's something like that.
This question kind of came from what you just told us, like that even though we are developing technology and technique, we're not developing basic things which are social human skills, which in that new context might be what makes us survive for longer and fit to the environment. Because like in a world where everyone has access to technology, or most people have access to technology, what differentiates them is no longer technology, is themselves internally.
Yes. It's important to remember that people who develop technology are the same people that do not have the social skills. You know,
Andres here, by the way, he develops technology, so we can say it.
No, not necessarily everybody, but I'm talking about I'm psychology, by the way, guys, who doesn't know that, and what I was saying, And I used to talk about the education, about the emotional things and the social skills. And we are not taught about that. We learn about specific things to work, to do our work, but usually we do not have a chance to learn how to relate ourselves, to to have a relationship, to have a family, to have friends, and to deal with people. Um, so we have a lot of people that have a power, and they use this power without having this ability, to I never said this word.
Empathize.
Empathetic abilities.
Yeah.
Empathetic.
Empathetic.
Empathetic abilities. So it's complex, very complex. I don't think humans have
We got you. We got you.
got me. I started being sad,
I have no strength to finish this sentence.
Yes, let's just cry.
It's a good attitude.
But that's quite interesting what Paula said. I do believe that empathy is what is missing in humanity today. I think we divide ourselves too much. We divide ourselves like the other is not someone like us. So we have different kinds of divisions, like you can base it on money aspects, or I don't know, color aspects, or geography aspects. I don't know. There are many ways to divide ourselves, and people do it like in every one of them. So I think that's the problem. We have to look to humanity like a unity. We are one. We are living in the same world. We need the same things, and we have to work together. But people don't see that. They divide themselves. They think the other is not similar to them, and then we just work for ourselves. We try to survive and F the other person. That's the use of it.
Yes.
Okay, so that's it. That's what we are missing.
Yes, Anderson, I think we are complex enough to have the possibility to be both things. I think it's good, it's beautiful, it's even beautiful when we love our country, for example, our country, and respect our history, and things like that. But this does not mean that we need to reject the older country or think that our country is better than the older, or things like that. And I think this is the problem. I think competition, for example, Olympics, sports, I think it's good, to comprehend different countries, showing their bests, and it's a moment to highlight the importance of sports in our lives and things like that. But the problem is the other part that you said, that we start thinking like we are better, or the other is not like me, and the other has their own country, their own history, and it's beautiful, their own culture, and it's nice to learn about them. It's like to taste their food, to have context with them and learn with them, with the differences. But we really have this problem of differentiating, as you say, to divide in a way that it's not good. We have the wars to show this to us.
Yeah.
My God, we are so stupid.
Come on, don't do that.
Damn it. I'm gonna have a bad weekend. I'm gonna be thinking about many
Sorry.
things. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding.
The whole weekend thinking about how awful we are.
Yeah, yeah.
Can tattoo
Do
that. Remember that you're awful in Latin. Like it.
Guys,
The best
do you
thing
know?
here is Lorena's cat. The
Do you
Yeah.
know
best thing here is
Sabaton,
Yeah,
guys?
thanks, Lorena, for the cat. The cat is like the best thing in the world right now.
saving our class.
Like animals are better than us.
Really, in fact.
Do you know Sabaton, guys? This rock
band?
band?
Yeah,
Yes,
they
they
talk
talk
about
about,
wars a lot.
yes, wars.
It's amazing.
My boyfriend loves this band, and he was listening to their songs yesterday and today again. And you know, this is why I'm talking about wars and
Okay.
That's
sorry.
interesting. I saw a meme about them. It was quite sad, but it was funny. Like Sabaton when another war begins. And there are room of people happy because they have subjects to talk about.
Oh my God.
It's quite funny, but it's sad.
I'm actually Googling Sabaton right now.
It's really good.
Yes,
I mean,
amazing.
I love rock bands in general because they talk about, oh my God, a lot of things. A lot of things that are really important to know. You know, Iron Maiden talk about a lot of wars.
Yes.
There is a song from Slayer. It's without the A. Okay, so there is a song from Slayer. It's called "World Painted Blood." So I mean, they talk about you see how violent the song is, and you stop and see, oh my God, that's the world. That's what's happening now, and it's happening, and we think it's normal, but when we read the lyrics, we stay like, oh my God, that's too much, but it's only the truth.
Yeah.
They tell some heroes stories as well, like Smoking Snakes, which is a song about Brazilians, you know, in war, and some, you know, in Nazist war, and some people that resisted, some communities that resisted by themselves, and it's really nice. Rafael used to say, my boyfriend used to say that it's like you are graduating in history because you learn a lot with the songs.
Nice.
Tell your boyfriend to search for Estética Torta. They have a book about Sabaton. It's really good. It's new
Okay.
here in Brazil.
I will not surprise myself if you know, but it's Estética Torta.
Yes.
Okay, I search it. He loves rock. He just dress rock all the time. He goes to all the Rock and Rails, and he
I went
travels
to the
to.
last one. I went to the last one. It was amazing.
He was in the last one.
Was there?
Has he ever been in a band?
Yes. When he was a teenager, he had a big hair. Imagine that. Today he almost did not have
no hair.
anyone. Yes, but he had a big one.
Yeah. Great. Andre. Hi. Hello. Anyone?
Hi.
About this evolution thing, what do you think?
About biological evolution, I think that we still evolving. I don't know how many times we see the difference from the I think we are Homo sapiens, right? I don't know if I don't know if we will receive another naming, but I think that will take a long time to see the difference.
Yeah.
Maybe
maybe.
maybe the humans will born with a tablet in their hands.
Yeah.
Then the way if the child have the skills to manipulate the technology easily, it's mind me blown.
Mind blowing.
This is a really interesting topic that you bring up, because I have a younger brother. When he was 2, he started learning how to use the computer, man. And
Wow.
the SOB, he got it real quick. Yeah, I'm not cursing. It is the son of a B. He got it real quick.
I never heard that one.
He got it
You can
real
curse,
quick.
It's not a problem. Kid.
So yeah, it's really surprising, because I remember that I taught my parents to use the computer, and it took them a while to learn how to operate, and they were old. They had the knowledge and the life knowledge, the life experience to use a tool such as a computer. And my 2-year-old brother, man, when he was 3, he was already kicking the computer when he was angry. So nowadays he's a gamer. Okay, guys, he's good. He's not kicking the things anymore. But yeah, when he was angry, he used to kick the computer. I remember once I was at school, and the nanny, she called us. She said, Levi, are you with your mom? And I said, yes, I'm here. And she said, because your younger brother is kicking the computer, I don't exactly know what to do. And I'm like, okay, you can kick him too. Kick him back to see if he likes it. I'm kidding, but this situation happened, and I'm like, oh my god, those kids, what the hell's going on with them? But
I thought you were gonna say, oh, I'm so proud of him. He's a gamer now. Like,
I don't know. He doesn't study very much. He just likes to game in games. So I'm not sure if I'm proud of him yet.
oh, so he was able to navigate the computer by himself, like turn it on and use it.
Yes. When he was 2, he learned how to play some specific games. He learned how to operate and to manipulate one website. It was clickjogos.com. I don't know if this exists anymore.
Probably does.
But he used to play in that website because on that website, because it was safer, I guess, that we considered it safer. And okay, so he used to do that. Eventually, that escalated to kickings, and yeah, that escalated to kicking. So
Football player these days.
Yes.
Have you ever been worried about being unable to understand new technologies?
I am already unable to understand new slangs. The younger generations, they have some stuff that I don't know, that I don't understand. So I already feel very old when it comes to that matter. I'm not technology yet, I guess, but slangs and like they talk weird. I don't know if we talked weird when we were younger, but yeah, we probably did too for the older generations. But yeah, I don't really understand a lot of things that they speak. So yeah, I already feel old in that aspect, but not technologically wise yet. I guess not.
So now Gustavo needs to talk about how the new generation thinks it's better than the old generation. And
so Gustavo, are you cringy or not, man?
Goes there.
Are we cringy or what?
We are, like every older person is, right? Everyone from an older generation. And Paula is referring to something I always say when we talk about that, which is the concept of juvenoia, which is juvenoia.
I learned this word from a Billy Joel song called, I guess, Vienna.
Really?
And actually, he says juvenile, like.
Oh, that's a different thing.
Yeah. I thought you were saying about juvenile. I don't.
Juvenile is like a phenomenon. It's basically this pattern of every generation. This is what it says. This is the concept. Every generation has reasons to believe that they are wiser than the next one and more intelligent than the previous one.
Yeah.
So we think we are smarter than our parents or wiser than our kids, you know?
Stuff, but I think that this time we are right. For the first time, we are right. This is right, you know. Go to
elaborate,
social
Paula.
media. Go to the social media, you know. Read what they are writing, you know. Psychologists know that more than anybody. You know, the problems that teenagers are having. Of course, this happened with us. We complain about things that our father probably they were looking at us and thinking, my God.
I guess there was.
Where's Paula?
Yeah, she probably had some internet problem.
She vanished.
She got so excited while she was talking that her internet couldn't take it.
I think
I
she's
think
talking about the
her
younger generation.
computer. I think her
Yeah.
computer don't agree with her.
Yeah,
Maybe the
probably.
battery died or something like that, right?
Was a very young hacker that was listening.
Yeah, that's a great theory. That's a great theory.
What you're saying? Let me.
You should probably call her, man. I'm worried. Maybe the young hacker hypothesis is real. So call her, please.
Let me see. Hey, you alive?
Yeah, good question.
Actually, Anderson is from a different generation than us, so maybe he can.
No, man. He's
An idea
23.
of-
That's just a lie. Stop that.
What?
He's 23. He's just lying.
I'm lying, people.
He's-
That's right.
Lo, how old is Anderson? How much?
I'm
How
16.
old do you say he is?
Almost 17, but
Don't
my
say
mind.
it.
He ruined it.
You
He
ruined
ruined
it.
the experience. It's a social experience.
Yeah, he's 16.
My mind was always older than my body.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing, really.
I don't think so.
Really?
Not
Why?
always.
No,
Not
why?
always. Well, I don't know. Sometimes I worry about things that I shouldn't worry about, because
For example.
I'm thinking, I don't know. When I was 10, I was worried about my career.
Really?
Like, oh my God, I'm
What?
10 years old. What is it? I look behind and I say, what were you doing?
When I was 10, I was crying because of Corinthians. I don't even like Corinthians anymore, right? But
Yeah, that's quite strange to me too. I look behind and I say, no, you shouldn't have done this. But I did. I was worried about that. People looked at me, what you're saying? You're 10 years old. Why are you worried about that? Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not.
I got you. Not the 10-year-old problem, the career 10-year-old problem, but I still have different interests from my peers, my friends, and this kind of things. They when I was younger, they used to like to party very much, and it's never been my thing. I'm more like I'm different, I guess, in that matter. They like to party,
You're
to
talking
do
on a
drugs
Saturday
and
morning,
those kind of
having
things. I'm
coffee.
not me. Yeah, yeah. We're weird. We're cringy. Yeah.
Yeah, so cringy.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I don't like. Okay, there's no liking here. It's just a fact. We kind of borrowed this word into Portuguese, but now it means something different. If we say something
Yes.
is
I was going to
cringe,
ask your opinion about
Yeah.
this word. I would like to ask you. So thank you for starting the explanation.
like if you say, "Oh, you are cringe," it means you are from another generation. It doesn't mean
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
do embarrassing things.
Mhm.
So I'm kind of afraid of, because I like the fact that people know this word already, and because we speak English, we kind of want to use the actual meaning of the word. But then if I do, people misunderstand because there's another meaning attached to it. So if I look at for example, I've been watching The Office, this TV show, and it's very cringy all the time. Like people do very embarrassing things.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so cringy. And then, it is because he's older. No, it doesn't have to do with that,
Yeah, it's just because it's silly.
Yeah.
But there's another thing too. They like to use the word cringe, which is the verb, right? As cringy. So
Yes.
I guess that when we say in Portuguese that we say cringe instead of cringy. At least that's what I usually listen. This is so cringe. I'm like, okay, I got what you're saying.
Yeah. And also there is a movement involved, to cringe is to contract your face or your body in embarrassment, So like,
yeah.
Like kind of
what?
kind of do that. Yeah. It's in the definition like that.
Yeah.
To feel disgust or embarrassment, and often to show this feeling by a movement of your face or body.
Yeah.
To make a sudden movement from fear of being hit or hurt. So there's probably evolution involved here, right? Like if someone is acting weird, they are suspicious. and they
Yeah.
might be dangerous, but you don't know. So you kind of contract so you can protect, you know. And contraction and expansion is really connected to confidence, or confidence, as I like to say. There is very few things that we can control regarding our emotions. We are usually just subjected to them. However, we can control our movements in a way, at some level. And all movements can change the way you feel. And there's some studies about that. Like if you do like a power pose, you kind of start feeling confident. But it's not just magic. There is science behind it, you know? And science is magic, by the way. It's magic explained. And because if you contract your body, you're basically hiding your neck, in your armpits, in your chest, in your belly. So you are showing the world, this is dangerous, I might be attacked. So be discreet and don't scream, don't make sudden movements, don't speak loud. But then when you're feeling confident in an environment, you expose your sensitive part of the body, like your neck and your armpits and your chest and your belly. So if you don't wait for you to feel confident to do so, and you kind of revert the process and you do that before feeling confident, you communicate to your body, hey, not in danger here.
Yeah,
It can be okay.
I don't think if you have watched Grey's Anatomy, there's a scene where Amelia, she, before going to the surgery, she goes to another room and stays like that, like a superhero.
Yeah.
And she just look up and stays like that, like for 5 minutes. It makes her feel confident, you know. It gives power to her, and she says some scientific aspects about it, but it's quite interesting about the same way as our mind communicate our body can communicate our mind.
Yes.
So
I'm sending you guys the link.
okay.
And Lucas is coming in. Okay, no one else gonna say anything.
I'm still
We're
shocked about the
waiting for your
career.
link.
The 10-year-old career thing. Man.
10-year-old
I'm
Very
No,
good.
this is actually very common, you know. We are usually encouraged by adults to think about our careers very
yeah,
early.
yeah.
Like we were
Yeah.
just saying that your 2-year-old kid, like I forgot.
This is the
Robert,
reason why we
will
go
be
to
a gamer.
school, you know, so soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why I need to go to the school? Because we need to be someone.
Yeah.
We have this pressure since we're a kid. I mean, there is this 10 years old guy that I know, and he was like, he's making tests to prepare for NA and PAS and things like that, and he's
10 years old.
yeah, he's 10 years old, and his school prepares him to make compositions. I was like, why are you doing this to this kid? It's too much. Even because I've lived that. I know how it feels like, and I was like, please don't do that to this kid. There are more things to do than focus on that, you know.
Yeah.
The time is gonna come, you don't have to worry about that. That's why I think, as I said before, about how things comes naturally, but
Yeah.
we are changing our perspective of time. We are trying to control time, you know, and that's where I think the problem is. We have to let things come naturally, and if it doesn't come, it's okay too. There are other ways to live. It's not only that only path, the gold path, or you know.
I see. But I kind of have been having this internal discussion these days. Like I don't have an answer, just the questions. Like I even wrote a text about like stop asking children what they're gonna be like as a profession, but what are their values? You know, because if you have good values, you will succeed in any profession you choose.
Yeah.
However, I would like think of this scenario. Parents like to believe that their kids can do everything or anything, right? Okay, you can do anything, you are capable in everything. Okay, perfect. But what if your child says they want to be a ninja? Yes, I'm serious. You know, a ninja is like, it doesn't exist today, but imagine it was like a profession. And as you see in films, and it's as it is a reality, you have to learn to be a ninja since you're like 3. There's not something you start after high school, you know? So if your child wants to be a ninja, and however, you don't want to pressure them to be something, what do you do, you know? Should I send my kid off to China and let them learn to be a ninja? Or should I not do that because I'm not supposed to choose their profession since they're kids? You know, how do you decide that? It can be anything as long as it's something you can learn after 18. You know, like what if they want a profession that you have to learn since you're a child, you know? So it's kind of a question. What do you think?
It's like this with some sports that people need to start really, really, really soon to have a chance.
Yes, just like I think Tiger Woods, he started learning golf when he was 2. By the time he was 4 years old, his father left him alone in the golf course, and he spent like 8 hours playing with the adults. You know, so like,
Damn,
yeah, it's crazy.
crazy. Yesterday I was riding my car and I saw a kid riding a bike in the middle of the avenue with his father. I guess, I assume it was his father. His father was in front of him and there was a kid, like a, I don't know, 10, 12, I guess 10-year-old kid riding a bike in the avenue. And I'm like, wow, that's cool, but wow, that's dangerous. Please be careful, kid. So yeah, I'm afraid when I ride my bike up there because the drivers, they don't respect us. So it's pretty complicated. And when I saw the kid, I'm like, oh my God, that's like father and son goals, but okay, dangerous. So I was like divided, like 50-50. Okay, so I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't have an opinion about that.
I felt like that when I traveled to Barreirinhas and I saw a family band, and there was this, he was less than a teenager. He was, I think he was 10 years old or something like that. And he was cracking the battery, you know, he was very good, very good. But he was 10 and it was at night, you know, and there was a family receiving money to survive. And I was like, this child should be here. At the same time, apparently he loves this. It's part of the family system. And it's so easy to talk about something that we do not live. There is this another hand, you know, this kid shouldn't be working. I believe so, but there is another alternative. You know, it's really complex. It's really, really complex. There is a chance to study to this kid. There is a chance to you know, it's very complex. And in this case, I don't know what to say. He was with his family, you know. He has I think he was less than 10, probably.
Whoa.
You know, it was a kid, you know. You knew that probably he should be sleeping at that hour, you know. So as I said, it's complex.
Yeah. But do kids sleep early nowadays? I don't know. There's the games, right? I don't think they even sleep. I don't know. My brother is not an example to that.
Having breakfast is considered as a cringe thing to them.
It's overrated. Yeah, breakfast is overrated.
Really? Like there was a list. If
But
you
they wake
are
up at 12.
cringe or not, and there was like, if you have breakfast, you are cringy. And I was like,
is that a real thing? I was just joking. Is that a real thing?
no.
No.
The list you had to mark there. Breakfast, cringy.
Yeah, guys. So there's no hope for us. I guess we are definitely cringy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love a breakfast. There's no chance. There's no
I
chance
can't
for me.
spend the day.
Like, guys, hotel breakfast. Come on.
Yeah,
The
come on.
best one. Any hotel, it's like the best thing they have.
Even like
Yes.
a
Yeah.
breakfast.
We woke up early just to have the breakfast there, you know?
Yeah, like
My God.
It's only up to 11. I have to wake up like 10, 15. Have the hotel breakfast. Yeah, we're old.
yeah, oh.
Like these little things, right? This is what make us old, like in a way. Like these small day-to-day pleasures, like having breakfast and spending time with the family and stuff like this. This is weird.
Yeah. Those meetings are always so philosophical, things like that.
Yeah, it tends to be. Yeah.
It tends to be good, good.
Hi, Lucas.
Hi, Luke.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Lucas.
Hello.
We are
Nice.
kind of good.
Yeah,
We're a little bit sad.
I've seen your faces today.
Where? Oh, on Instagram?
No, here on the meeting.
Oh, okay. I saw.
Yeah.
This is how
Sorry.
Zoom works, by the way. I don't know if you.
It was supposed to be like that.
Yes. It's called camera. I'm kidding. So we're talking about evolution, Lucas. And Lucas, guys, he's the most savvy person in the science universe here, so he can give us some thoughts into that. The question is, are humans still evolving?
Yeah, we always are evolving. This is it's not a process that you can stop, really. You can do it. You can do some sort of artificial selection, but that is driving for our own interests. For example, for some kinds of plants, we do that. Nowadays, we have genetic engineering. This seems to be the next breakthrough in the biology, but yeah, humans are always evolving. You mean as a species, right? Like biology, right? Or you mean as some sort of philosophical or moral?
Well, I meant biologically, but then we kind of addressed some other concepts of evolution here as well, which are all connected, you know, because we evolve biologically and we are selected to fit the environment, and the environment evolves many other things.
Yeah, I don't buy this idea because, for example, in certain conditions, humans don't act rationally. For example, if you have fear, which is a pretty human condition, not only
Fear.
human, but yes, it is a kind of feeling that interfere with your rational responses. So when you have too much fear, you don't take rational actions.
We talked about it, like the body reactions was kind of those things.
Yeah, and this is all natural. We have this illusion that humans are rational beings. We are not. We try to be, but most of our natural responses, they are not rational.
They're emotional.
Yeah.
How can we be something that we created? Like, this is a concept that we created. Like, I can say I'm a bird. Now I'm a bird.
I identify myself as a bird. It's like
we created the concept of rationality, and then we say that we are rational. But is it fair? Like, we can consider ourselves, we can say what we are, like, because this is not like a concept for yourself that's not gonna change everything. We say that we are rational, and then we believe that the other species are not. So
Yeah.
there is some kind of influence. That's why I'm bringing this topic. So it's kind of weird.
Yeah. I think the biggest advantage that we are humans have uh, uh, in relation to the other animals is that uh, we can learn much more faster and have a good communication that we some species have. They communicate too, but not in the same level as humans, and we are able to pass complex um, ideas for other generations or other humans. So most of the time we don't start from zero, and this is a great advantage for us. But you can think this way: we have rationality and we have intelligence. They are not the same thing. You have animals that are pretty smart, but you cannot say that they having rational thinking. Rational involves reflection about what you're doing, and this is why in the nature you cannot expect rational responses for animals. For example, if you take so much time to process what you're gonna do uh, if you see a predator, probably you're gonna die. So these pretty automatic responses without thinking, they are important for survival in some conditions. Nowadays, not so much. We are a little bit away from the nature for that, but for most of the species is still this way. So if you take too long to take a decision, probably you're going to die. Sometimes so you have to be smart, you have to be some sort of like intelligent to get away from the predator, but avoid some risk situations. But this is not the same thing as being rational. Being rational involves you to think about the question, and probably I'm gonna put this, but it's not a requirement. But I would like to put this way: you have to uh, create some sort of system or conditions for each rational thinking that you have. Sorry.
Interesting. Like that rationality kind of brings the ability to memorize and to learn and also to teach. So we were talking about teaching in the beginning, Anderson, right? About how teaching kind of evolved these days. And teaching is one of the most human skills you can find, because we teach in so many ways, not only directly, like a mother teaching a little bird baby, like now that you are a bird, I'm going to use bird examples, a little bird baby to eat, but also like, why do we eat? Like, what are the vitamins inside this food? You know, very, very, very complex things. And then develop studies and machines and be able to learn with different versions of humans and in different versions of yourself, you know, as well. You can develop something today, and then you can work on the same project tomorrow and feel the sense of progress and do something that you on one day couldn't have done. Do you get what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Like what I'm saying. No version of you are able to create something that many versions of you, meaning you in different days, can build. Does it make sense? And then also with other humans, right? You can collaborate to create very complex things. However, we are very, very, very weak and we're not able to survive by ourselves, like as babies, right? As if you think about animals as babies, many of them are already quite capable of surviving. Like they just walk out of nowhere, just like a baby giraffe is born, and then they open their eyes and start walking. Okay, let's move on with life. Like I was born, and then okay, let's live now. It's great. And humans have to be cared for, like for years and years and years, and stuff. And I saw a video about us having such small heads, actually us being so fragile. Okay, one of the reasons why we're so fragile as babies is because we have to have we were selected to have smaller heads so our mothers wouldn't die. If we were to be born in the same kind of development level as a giraffe, we would have to have much bigger bodies and heads, and then our mothers would die in birth. So like the super smart little babies were selected out of nature because the mothers were dying.
Okay.
I was hearing you guys and I was paying attention, and suddenly I started looking at the screen and thinking, my God, we are humans and we are talking to a screen right now, you know, talking about our rationality and how smart and intelligent we are. You know, it's so funny. And suddenly I imagine it like monks or dogs doing this, you know, each one in their screens talking about,
You know that Lorena's cat is already doing it with us, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
She understands
Probably.
everything.
Yes.
I talked with him when I was traveling. Come on.
Really?
Yeah.
On Zoom,
Like,
through video?
By Alexa or something? What?
A kind of. I have a camera with microphone.
Okay,
And
nice.
I can see them and talk with them.
Nice.
You freak out? Like what
In my
is
house,
ghost talking to
yeah.
me about?
Yeah. they do like this.
They were searching.
Kicking them
Oh
out,
my
though.
God.
Don't do that.
Poor guys. Yeah. My own. That's crazy.
I heard a stand-up yesterday about that. Thiago Ventura was talking about that, and he was like, my God, these dogs and cats, they probably think that they are how can I say that, medium in English? Medium. So who is the like I'm hearing voices and I have powers.
Man, I have a dog that she can open doors, like literally. She
My
jumps
dog do that too.
and she opens the door, and I'm
My
like,
cat do it.
that's your cat does it. A cat, I think it's harder for a cat because it's smaller, right? So this is sometimes at night, in the middle of the night, I see the door, like some door noises. I'm like, okay, is there someone trying to break in? But no, it's the dog.
It is someone, the dog.
My cat do it too.
So this is really weird, man.
My dog is small, so she jumps. She jumps and tries to open the door. And
Oh my
we have a door that is not the common one that, I don't know, he slides, you know? So she also opens this one. Sometimes my friends are here and they're like, oh my God, is your dog opening the door? And I'm, okay, it's normal. She does this all the time. Don't worry.
We have to talk about animal rationality right now.
Have you ever asked your pets if they understand you?
I hope she does. There's one dog that I'm really passionate about. I have three. There's one in particular that I really love because she was rescued from this. Actually, the three of them were, but this one, she was like rescued when she was about to die. She was like, it was a really, really complicated situation for her. So everything that involves her makes me cry. For example, my girlfriend, she tests me sometimes. Hey guys, do you want to say Levi Kayatt? And I say, stop, Marina. And she starts talking about my dog in the middle of the holiday, and I start crying in the middle of the holiday. So this is the level of love that I have for this particular dog. So every night when I say good night to her, I like say that I love her or something like that. So if she doesn't understand, I will be very frustrated. So I hope that she knows. I hope that she knows
I
what I'm
hope she
talking about.
cries for me as well.
Totally,
When
totally.
another dog
Please.
talks about me, I hope she
Yes.
cries.
That's the minimum. That's the least that I expect. So come on. I hope.
Dogs
They
dogs
understand.
get the tone, right? Like the tone of voice.
Yeah,
They say,
there's
"I love you,
Yeah.
motherfucker."
there's that.
Yeah.
There's that. Some dogs in particular, they have, I guess, more sensibility to that. I guess Shih Tzus, they have a lot of that. So I don't know about the other ones, but I've read something about this particular kind of dogs, and they really have that. And speaking of dogs, my girlfriend, she's learning to become a vet, and she sent a photo here that she learned how to castrate. Guys, I need drinks. I am worried about my future right now. She learned how to castrate animals. I don't know if she can do the same to me. I hope not.
Yeah, hope
But
not.
I'm reflecting here. I'm reflecting.
Really hope not.
I hope not, guys.
Don't get
Sorry.
her angry.
If you ever fight, hey, I'm learning to castrate, by the
Baby,
way.
you are always right. So that's me from now on.
She looks at you and say, "Do you know what I do for you know, I can
For a
say
living,
that, for
she
a
sent me a
living?"
photo with
Do you
testicles
really
in her
remember?
hands. I am worried. I think she's going to use this photo here to scare me.
I
I think.
watched a documentary of a guy that uses to castrate his animals with his mouth.
What?
Oh
Really,
man,
actually.
why?
You watched a video about that?
No, I didn't.
Thank
But
God.
It
Okay.
was on TV, like
What's going on?
History Channel. It was something like that.
Holy.
So he captured his animal. He beat the animal's balls
Ay.
and get it off. But it was common back then
What?
when there was no
I hope my
surgery. And
girlfriend doesn't watch this documentary.
Yeah,
I'll be right back, guys.
Oh my God. Okay, you
But
got
that's-
you got one of the guys out. You see that?
Yeah,
Yes,
look at-
yes, Lucas just
Tough
thought
talk.
to know this is too much.
This we're joking. We're
He's
joking.
running away from
Our
home.
world
Oh my God, man! This. I don't know what to think about that.
disturbing. Like
Yeah,
I would
I
have
was the
philosophy
same
and
as-
this image.
Let's come back to the rationality discussion. I have a new opinion about that now.
Let's start to the castrating topic, okay?
Let's
Yeah.
talk.
Start with that.
Let's talk again about how humanity has no future and no
Yeah.
hope.
We are doomed, guys. We are doomed.
You can see by
Damn.
this example that humanity has no future.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Who does that?
I agree. I agree.
1
I
minute of
love this
silence.
space of silence.
I saw a meme these days about, like, you were talking about how we consider ourselves rational. This is very self-indulgent, right? When we compliment ourselves and we allow ourselves to do and think and feel things. Self-indulgent. And there was this simple poll on Twitter, like, what's your favorite organ? And then people like brain, heart, and stomach,
See.
for instance. Saw that? And then brain was like vastly the most chosen one. And then there's this meme of like a man putting a medal on himself and a copy of like it is a brain giving a medal to the brain, you know, because all of our brains picked the brain as the best organ of all.
Yeah, I read something like that too. Like, have you ever thought about how you are only here? I mean, you are living inside a body because you are your brain. It's kind of weird.
Sorry,
like,
wait.
You are your
Talk
brain.
slowly.
use the other gadgets you have, you know? So it's on your brain using eyes, using arms, and things like that. But you are only your brain inside your head. Cut it off and you are nothing.
So instead of doing this, we should do that with our heads.
Kind of. Guys, I would like to suggest you to watch, I don't know if you can see that, probably no, The Secret of the Whales. It is on Disney Plus. And it's kind of interesting because they talk about the culture of the whales.
Yes, I started watching that. So nice.
It's only 4 episodes, I think, but it's quite interesting how they teach their children how to do things that only they do, like that smart group of whales do. Like if you get the same species like in other parts of the world, they don't do the same thing. They do different things. So it's kind of interesting to see how animals have culture too, and
Yeah.
it's related to what we are talking about.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Like they analyze like whales from New Zealand and from Norway, right?
Yeah,
And they
yeah,
have
that's
different
it.
habits and cultures and ways to educate their children.
You
So
see how they look like different animals, not the same. They do different things. I think they see some biological aspects of them too, like they are the same species but with different aspects, you know.
nice.
But it's interesting.
Have you watched this? Thank you for the
What is
recommendation.
the name? Can you
The
repeat,
Secret of the
please?
Whales.
The
I,
secret of the
I don't know
whale.
if that's the name in English, but I'm translating to English. Em
Yeah,
português, O Segredo das Baleias.
I will
On
look
Disney,
for
Disney
it.
Plus.
Disney Plus.
Lucas just left us again. He's still scared about the nutrient thing, the castration thing.
I don't judge the guy.
You can see by his face how shocked he is.
Oh, by the way, I really love what whales represent. Look at my wallpaper.
Oh,
Oh, that's a cool one.
flying
So,
whales.
sorry?
Flying whales. There's a song
Yes.
with his name.
Is there? By whom?
Yeah.
By
Sorry?
whom?
By Gojira. It's a death metal band, progressive death
Are
metal
they
band.
Japanese?
They are
Are
French.
they Japanese? Gojira.
No, they're French, but they speak English in their songs. Gojira
Like
with
that?
J.
What?
Gojira. Yeah, like that. By the
This is
way,
my
I
G, by
met
the way.
their vocalist this week.
Really? What? How?
Yeah,
When?
they came
Guy
to no,
died.
he
I don't know
came
if I
to
understood.
Brasilia to support the indigenous movement that we are having here.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Basically, they talk about environment and philosophical aspects of life. So he supports it a lot. And I was really surprised because he came from New York to Brasilia to support this movement here. And then I saw the picture and he said in the comments, guys, I'm not hiding, you know how to find me. And I was like, okay, so I'm going. And then I found him, we chatted, it was amazing.
Nice.
Very nice. Interesting how available he is, right? For
Yeah, yeah.
So let me just give you guys a few comments on language here. How to pronounce this word?
Measure.
Measure.
Yes, measure. Okay. Little suggestion of a question you can use for making conversation. So how did you get into? Okay, so how did you get into swimming? How did you get into tennis? How did you get into developing? How did you get into, that means how did you start doing that? How did you get interested in that in the first place? How did you learn it? Okay.
By the way,
How did
guys,
you
do
get
you know the name of the wind which measures things?
the
The
wind?
name of the what?
The wind which measures things.
I'm not sure if I
Wind?
even understood the
Yeah.
question. I'm lost.
Do you
I think
know
it's
the name?
some kind of joke or wordplay.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
That one. It's Archimedes.
Come on, this doesn't work in English.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't work in English, but
You-
it's a bad joke.
I'm reflecting about it.
I know I changed your life.
Too much philosophy for one day.
You'll never be the same person.
I'm giving you guys stars for using specific words and expressions. Like Paula used this one that I really liked that you can use, and she didn't use it literally, which is what is interesting. She said, look around, when she was talking about how terrible humans are. And she was like, look around, everything is awful. Like, so it means to actually look around, but people are not here right now.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's figurative. So look around. Interesting. But this, I have to help you adjust. He used to say, Paolo, this is for you. He used to say it's for the past, okay? Use it like 3 times. I used to say this, my boyfriend used to say that. When you say that, you no longer say it in the present, okay? So when you say, for example, I'm a psychologist, by the way, not psychologist. And I used to talk about relationships. So what do you talk about today? We kind of, the question is raised. You are used to saying, okay? I am used to saying.
Or I usually say, right?
One question, Gus. Sometimes I see people using this the structure of the be used to talk about the past. Do you think that there's any difference between he was used to saying and he used to say?
Yes, because you focus on the progressiveness of the action. Now, he was used to doing that. It's like you want to emphasize that there was a continuous.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Just like saying he would always, right?
Okay.
Like he would always do it. It focuses on the repetition and the continuation.
Nice.
He would always say. And of course, Levi is a teacher already, so he knows a lot of stuff.
I'm still your student, bro.
Yeah. Peer is a nice word as well. No, it's like instead of friends or colleagues or partners, you can say peer for people who are similar to you in any way. Like Levi is a lawyer, so his peers are other lawyers, or if he's a tennis player, his peers in tennis are the other tennis players, my peers. And there's an expression that uses this word, which is peer pressure. That sounds like pure pressure, which is nice. Peer pressure. You guys know this one?
Nope.
I'm not sure.
Like,
is it what it looks like?
It is. What does it look
Nice.
like?
It looks like peer pressure. I don't know how to explain it.
It looks like something I don't know what it is.
Like your peers putting pressure on you.
Yes, this is exactly that.
I mean, when it's like Maria vai com as outras in Portuguese, I don't know.
Only if you subject yourself to the pressure, you become that,
Yeah.
Okay. You become a pushover, you do what people tell you to do. Pushover, this is what you're looking for. Pushover, okay?
It reminds me of Friends.
Yes. And peer pressure is basically pressure to do something that everybody is doing. Like if everyone is drinking and they say, hey, why don't you have a drink as well? Like they want you to make you drink or do something that they are doing. Okay. So now that you are becoming a bird, Madison, you can pressure your peers to become birds as well. It's a callback, okay, guys. It's a little beer as an example.
Peer pressure.
Pronunciation here. How to pronounce this word?
Rational?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rational. Okay.
I hate this sound.
Why?
Right.
It's super weird for Brazilians and super hard to understand.
But don't worry about it. You can say rational. Doesn't.
Yeah. Most of the times we do that, right?
Yeah. You can say use the e sound, the air sound instead, right? It's just not rational,
Rational.
Yeah.
However, there is the verb to ration.
Mhm.
and also actually not a verb, it is a noun, ration,
Yeah.
like food.
Right? Yeah.
The ration is not as often used for animals in English as it is for humans. Like
Yeah, we just call it
soldiers have
dog food,
ration.
right?
Yeah, we say
But I
dog
guess
food.
there's a verb ration too, like to limit the quantity of
Oh yeah,
some things.
the ration something. Yes.
But I guess that when it becomes a verb, I guess it becomes ration.
Hmm.
I have to check it on the
Yeah, check it first.
on the Cambridge Dictionary. 1 second.
Yeah. And there's the word rate and rate and ration or ration and rational.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. We can say ration as a verb, but I'm not sure if they can say ration. It's not showing here, just showing the ra option.
And this one? Anyone but Levi?
Yeah, I was going to.
Is it
How to pronounce this one?
better?
Yes, bre. Okay. So the same thing here. We can use, this is actually the air sound. So predator, rational and predator. Suggestion, self-indulgent. You know? Like Paula was talking about us looking at other humans and talking about how rational we are. This is self-indulgent, like looking at the mirror and saying, "Oh, I'm so beautiful. Look at that." You know? It's a self-indulgent. You know? To indulge is to allow yourself the pleasure. You're learning languages here, not English, you know, because probably you don't use this word in
I can't
Portuguese.
think about a word in Portuguese.
Yeah.
With the same meaning.
You can also say indulgente and indulgência and be like ser indulgente.
But it doesn't feel like the same thing.
Yeah, it isn't. It's very formal. To indulge is to allow yourself the pleasure. Let me write in red.
Allow yourself a pleasure. Oh, I think I could think of a word in Portuguese.
Yeah, which one?
It seems like mimar. Kind of.
Yeah, we can
Yeah, I
work
guess in a way,
around.
right? To be honest, the Cambridge Dictionary is showing spoil as a synonym
Oh, really? Yeah.
of indulge.
Yeah, they have similar meanings, but it's nice because in English you can just use this word by itself without any preposition or like can I indulge? This is it. I don't have to. Can I indulge myself, or can I indulge? You can also say I can indulge in something. Can I indulge in eating chocolate? You know, to allow yourself to do something that you like. Usually in the expense of not being able to do so. Like if you're on a diet and then you indulge, you know, you allow yourself to be off the diet on that day. And how to pronounce this one?
Medium.
Medium. Okay. So you are a medium or you use some kind of medium to do something.
The same pronunciation of the platform?
Yes.
Medium.
By the way, what's the plural of medium?
Nice question. I don't know.
I don't know.
Mediums? You changed
Media.
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 Oh,
Weird.
Media, if you think about it, is a collection of mediums, right? It's
So everybody that is in the media or
Medium.
no, knowing that, but they use like
That was a good one.
like a medium of communication, a mean of communication, you know, like newspaper and TV and radio, and the collection of them is the media. All of the mediums, all of the things that connects two things.
I've learned recently about media, but I didn't know about that.
Yeah. And by the way, English is 70% Latin and Greek. No, I've said What is 70%? Okay. Latin and Greek. So many things are still preserved from Latin and Greek in English. Also, these little patterns of plural, for instance. So this happens in several words in English, like criterium and bacterium.
Criteria, yeah.
You know, criterium, criteria, bacterium, bacteria, in the plural. Also, another one. Some words are usually plural. We know them as plural, but we don't know them as singular. Just like media, like we know media as a singular word today. Just as this one.
Yeah. This
This
is
is
a good
plural.
word.
This is the plural of datum. Okay, datum is one piece of information. Data is a collection of pieces of information. So this is why you don't say two datas. And I would like it. This is data, or this is a piece of data. Castrate is the word the image that Anderson brought to us today.
There's gonna be people quitting the meeting, man.
Yeah, how did they get to that?
I'm sorry, it was me. I received
My
the photo and I was
brains.
shocked.
And a suggestion is neuter. Okay, so it's a synonym.
Okay, that's nice. I didn't know this one.
Yeah.
I know one there's like spay, if I'm not mistaken, but I think it might be different.
Spay. You can share your
Yeah.
screen. I'm gonna show us something.
I'm looking for the neuter here. Neuter, nice.
Okay. So if
Nice. I didn't know this one.
Yeah.
I'm writing it
You don't
now.
sound so visceral as castrate sounds. Okay.
Thanks for the advice, man. I'll probably use this one now.
And you can find that all the time in English. Like, as I just told you, it is 70% Latin and Greek. So you're going to find Latin words and Anglo-Saxon words for the same thing.
Nice.
So neuter is Anglo-Saxon and this is Latin. Actually, I think that in this case, both of them are Latin. Can you confirm that? The etymology of neuter?
I'm not sure. Let me check it out.
It might come from neutralize or like the same root.
Yeah, it seems like I was thinking about it.
Latin. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So both are Latin words. By the way, a little story about that before I let you go. In like
a story about
Castration.
words that come. No. No castration anymore.
Thank
No
God,
castration
man.
stories.
Thank God. Oh, Jesus.
But it involves animals.
Okay.
Like a long time ago, the Normans invaded England. Normans are people from a specific part of France. And then they became the elite of England, while the Anglo-Saxons were the peasants who worked in the field. Little peasant thing.
A fork.
Yes, the Anglo-Saxons. And those people, they took care of the animals, right? Like this is a pig. No time to draw a pig. We're animals. And these people, they ate the food, right? Chicken. So these people named the animals and these people named the food. The Normans spoke a version of Latin that became later French, while these spoke a version of English, then German, that later became German and English. So words like pig and pork, you know, pig is the name of the animal and it's Anglo-Saxon. Pork is the name of the food and it's Latin. So it happened in other words like deer and mutton, I think. or mouton, forgot. So deer, Anglo-Saxon, mouton, French, Latin, and some other ones that I forgot now. But yes,
It happens with chicken, Gustavo.
I think so. There's chicken and hen, and there's what's the food? There's no difference, right?
I don't think so.
In the food name. So I don't think it did. There's two Anglo-Saxon names here, chicken and hen.
There's an expression with mutton that you mentioned, which is I guess it's a UK, according to the Cambridge Dictionary here, it's a UK expression. A mutton dressed as a lamb. Have you ever heard this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're saying here that's a way of describing an older woman who's dressed in a style that is more suitable for a younger woman. It's definitely disapproving, right? And informal. So don't use that, just for you to know.
Okay, guys, so I'll be sending this as a PDF if you want to consult it for later reference. And let's take a picture to wrap up the moment.
Nice. Pretend that there were no castrations today, guys. Everybody laugh.
By the way, Anderson is turning 16 on Monday, so it's
17.
17, man. It's 16 going on 17, just like the song.
Ready?
Yes.
If you have a mug near you, you can lift it so we can pretend we're having
Yeah, I don't really have a mug.
1, 2. Does it have one? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
I was going
Thanks
to
a lot,
say,
guys.
I went to take some beer.
Oh,
Oh, it's better than
Lucas is better than us, man.
hide inside the mug. Okay,
Higher level.
My rule is 10 a.m. After 10 a.m., you can stop. It's not alcoholism.
I'll buy you a tall mug. A tall mug so you can hide inside the mug.
Damn it.
Hey guys, thanks a lot for coming and see you later.
Bye,
Thanks,
guys.
Very nice meeting
Bye,
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Take care. Have a nice weekend.
Nice weekend.